You two are so funny. Let's make sure. Okay, we're recording. So guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Today is a much requested video like usual. I put up a question box on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram here if you guys want to follow me there. And I asked what video guys you want next on YouTube, and you guys said a Q&A. So I have about 15 questions. Hi. You say hi to everybody. Oh my god, it never gets old. So I have about 15 questions. I'm here with the boys, as you can see. A lot of the questions are about the horses, but also like my normal life here. So we're gonna do a Q&A while I clean some tack. So I know some of you guys, you're so cute. I know some of you guys are like, hey, like let's see a tack cleaning video. So I thought, okay, let's do a Q&A. Word. He's like, Mom, the hat is not for you today. I'll put that back on later. So yeah, thought we would do a Q&A. Of course, if you're new here, then welcome. Make sure you're subscribed. It supports us so much. Turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss a video. We post here at least twice a week. I don't want him grabbing my ponytail. And yeah, give this video a big thumbs up. Of course, drop any comments down below if you guys have some extra comments or questions. But yeah, let's get into today's video. Double kissy? Oh, you guys are such good boys. Yeah, I love you. Mm. Here, you want a carrot? How demanding. Here you go. One for you. And one for you. You two are so freaking stinking cute. Don't you agree? All right, you guys. So let me get some gloves because I already soaped and washed my tack yesterday. So now it's just about like oiling it. I mean, we'll see how far we get with these questions and doing all this cleaning because let me just say everything hasn't been clean for a little while, including my riding boots. So we're gonna see how we get to it. And I wanted to see, I had a new towel. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, it's this one here. So this is my ginormous tub of leather grease. It's by Letterifit. It's a very old tub. It even has a very old towel on top to keep it moist. A lot of this stuff I inherited, so, well, not inherited, but you know. So I'm just gonna start lathering up and just going through, and then we'll answer some questions. So the first question is, where are you from? I'm from San Diego, California. I grew up there all my life and really didn't leave until I was about 21. Then I went to Colorado. That's where I met my partner now, which he was from Israel. So we came out to visit here when I was about like, I don't know, 22, 23 maybe. It was back in like 2000, maybe 16, 17. So it's been a while. And yeah, so we moved out to Israel about 6 years ago. And we have been here ever since. And it's been a lot of dreams come true out here for us. So I'm pretty sure this is where we're gonna stay, even though with the war now, it's a little, you know, things have been a little bit different as far as what does the future hold. So, but that's a whole another subject. When did you know you were ready to get a horse? Well, when I was younger, my parents tried to get me a horse and it just went really bad. Like we went to try a horse without my trainer because she was like charging too much money to come out and it was hard to get her to come out. And we found this horse, he was 17 hands. So I was like flying over that, obviously. We went to see it. I rode it great. My parents were like, oh my God, this is so special. Like you're riding your own horse, da, da, da. So we bought him and we brought him back. And little did we know later that night, without a vet check, without anything, Later that night, we found out he was lame in 3 legs, which that was very hard to deal with. So, of course, we ended up, after fighting with the old owner, ended up giving him back, and that was the end of my parents wanting to get me horses. So, not until, let's say, 2020 is when I was walking out in the field and I was like, you know what? I'm not getting any younger. I'm 29 now, but back in 2020, 3 years ago, I was a little bit younger and I was like, I ain't getting any younger. So if I want this dream to come true, I need to make it happen. So I started crunching numbers and, trying to figure out how it was going to be possible. And then I realized that it was possible. So that's when I started looking for a horse. And if you guys want to see the video of when I got my first horse, I answer about how I literally almost bought a horse and for a lot of money. And so, sometimes in the horse industry, people are really not nice people and they try to sell you something that maybe isn't what you expect. And long story short, I tried to get a green horse and there was a lot of things that showed that it wasn't the right choice. And so we ended up not doing that. And then that's when I found Edward, which he's a rescue horse. So I was very lucky to find him and grateful. And then 6 months later, that's when I had Prince. So I think, first of all, 1 horse to 2 horses is a lot, right? But I think if you are considering getting a horse, just crunch your numbers, really outweigh the pros and cons and figure out if that's something you really want to do. And then if you do it, because you only live once. And if that's something that you're really passionate about, I mean, I've been riding since I was 4, which I think actually that's one of the questions, but let's see. Yeah. How long have you been riding horses for? So yeah, since I was 4. And so it was just something that I've always dreamed of. And I'm very lucky that it, happened and it was possible. Let's see, what's the next question? Oh, how are your pets doing during the war in Israel? They are doing very well. Thank you for asking. We're doing great. I mean, considering everything, we've been very grateful to be safe and not have to stress as much. Let me move this one over here, mine as well. So yeah, I've been pretty proud of them. And we're not riding right now, which is kind of hard. But again, I realize having horses, I'm just grateful to have them, and riding is just a bonus. And that's something, maybe this is my biggest tip. If you're thinking of getting a horse, you have to ask yourself, if your horse is not rideable, would you still want it? Because, things change a lot, and sometimes people just get rid of horses because maybe they aren't rideable anymore or something happens. So I just think that's like a very important thing to consider, because horses are a big commitment, and I think you should stay committed to them even if they're not rideable, if that makes sense. So that's another tip for that. How many pets do you have? Right now we have 2 cats, 2 dogs, and 2 horses. So I'm not planning to grow our little animal sanctuary farm rescue place until we have our own. We're still renting right now, so I don't want to have too many animals and then, not being able to have a place for all of them. So, it's still so hot here, if you're wondering. Whoops. I'm just waiting for winter to come in. Fall, there's no such thing as fall, I guess, this year, but I need to get those hooks too for these bridles. Anywho, what do you do for a living? So I am a coach. I help people get healthier and happier. And I've been helping people lose weight, get toned, have better energy, just feel good, live better, operate better at their best. So yeah, that's what I do. If you guys are ever interested in entering, we have 21-day challenges, transformation challenge every month. And there's a 10,000 cash prize we hand out. And so that's we pick 10 winners and they each get $1,000. So if you're interested in that, feel free to message me directly. And yeah, I could help get you set up. You can always message me on Instagram, Telegram. And yeah, it's just something that I'm super, super passionate about. And I just love the time flexibility. you know, financial freedom is one thing, but having that flexibility of time is just, it's such a blessing. Like, I will never go back to corporate America or anything like that, because it was just, you know, I've done a lot of different jobs and I never really knew what I wanted to do in life. But when I found coaching and helping people, it's just been life-changing. So now we're in 20 international countries. We serve countries all over the world in like 95 plus different countries. So just know, wherever you are more than welcome. I'm gonna hang this here right now so I can finish cleaning these. You are more than welcome to join us, because I would love to have you. Ooh, this is a deep question. What is your dream? So let me think about this for a sec, because ideally, I mean, like, the reason why we created this channel and, like, you know, I think my like biggest dream is to have an animal sanctuary, and that's like something I think I'm pretty passionate about. I think like it would be just so cool to, you know, be able to help save animals and find them new homes and help train them. So yeah, it's something that I would really love to do, but of course you need money to fund that. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel, because that would help us a lot. And yeah, we're hoping this channel will eventually fund an animal sanctuary. So I think that would be super cool. I think that's my dream, just to have a nice large piece of land and to be able to make it as sustainable as possible, let alone, you know, be the person that people can call if they have like any type of animal that needs to be cared for. Like that's pretty much, whoops, my goal. So yeah, let's see the next one. Just cleaning these little extra bits here. Oh, let me check the horses. So you guys, when I finish, Edward is out in the large pen. He's looking at me like, Mom, I'm done. Let me go back. So what's the next one? Are you gonna get any more pets slash horses? Well, guys, that's a very, look, I feel like I get offered horses all the time. But it does, I feel like the more animals you have, the more time you spend taking care of them and not enjoying them, which I've heard that from people. However, I don't know if I should tell you guys. There is, let's say 13, 14 rescue horses, and they're including like moms, foals, and all of that, that need a home. And the person who owns them is actually just looking for someone to care for them and, you know, maybe eventually sell them. So that's actually has been up for discussion, because we do have the room, but it's about like, you know, time and finances. So we're kind of trying to, you know, outweigh the pros and cons for that one and see if it's going to be worth it or not. And I just, you know, it's not good to move horses all the time. So I just think it's really important to like consider. Seems a little off. What's going on here? It's really important just to like kind of consider, here we go, the pros and cons before making such a big decision, because I don't think it's good to move horses so much. And so that's why I just, we'll see where that goes. Of course, if it happens, I will tell you guys and obviously show you the entire process, because it will be a crazy experience. If I end up having 17 horses, I will be shocked by that. So I do want, like, look, if we had an animal sanctuary now and we had all the room, all the time, and all the money, I would totally be down like donkeys, camel, wild, like different animals that people wouldn't think of, you know? So yeah, that's definitely something that I'm interested in. But, you know, everything is about patience and not rushing it. And I think it's so important to like be aware of, you know, everything. I didn't think about like when I got a second horse or a cat that there would be so much extra responsibility that you just maybe don't think of. So I obviously made a video about, you know, things you should consider before getting a second cat, a litter mate puppy, you know, a second horse. So you guys can check that out on the channel under rescue horses or rescue dogs. We have like different playlists on there. The next question is, did you go to college? Which I did go to community college. I was accepted to UCSD when I was in California, San Diego. That's where I'm from, right? And I got accepted after community college, but I just really didn't know what I wanted to do. So I just decided it wasn't worth spending all the money if I didn't know what I wanted to study and what I wanted to go there for. So I only have a 2-year degree. And that the only time it stopped me is when I worked for General Atomics, which was like one of those desk jobs that everyone was like, oh, you're so lucky to have, and all this stuff. And I mean, it was just all talk, like sitting at a desk all day from 9 to 5 and waking up early, going to the gym, going to work, driving there for, 45 minutes to an hour in traffic, sitting there all day, coming home, making dinner, and then repeat 5 days a week. It just wasn't for me. And I'm sure you guys can relate. Of course, feel free to answer any of these, like share in the comments below. Oh, I want to do the other Western reins that I have. Because truly, it's crazy, like, life is just so crazy how you need to spend so much time at work and doing things that, like, aren't really living, and it's like you have to do them. So I don't know. I have a whole extra opinion on that, but I definitely recommend, like, if you've never done multi-level marketing or, affiliate program, you should really look into it. Like, there's so many products out there that companies are looking for people to promote, and it's just amazing. Like when you go to Starbucks and you tell your friend about your favorite Starbucks drink, it's like they're going to go and buy that Starbucks drink. So why wouldn't you, enjoy a product that you love and share it with people that you love to, like, inspire them to enjoy it, and then you can actually make some extra money instead of doing it for free. So that's just like my opinion on all of that, really. So yeah, I don't think college is very necessary unless you really know what you're doing or you want to do, and to spend the money doing it, So many of my friends went to college. I'm not going to clean these. These are like spares and they're still clean. I never really use them. So yeah, I think those should be fine. So, but yeah, what I was trying to say is a lot of my friends, they went to college, spent all the money, and they're like now in debt and working at Starbucks. So it's just something that I just think you don't have to push for it just because, some people say that's like the normality, I guess. I don't know. What's your favorite riding boots? Well, my favorite riding boots, I have 2 pairs. I have a brown pair, which, like I said, they're very dirty. I'm going to clean them, don't worry. And I have a black pair, and they're Ariat boots. I love these. I also have some half chaps, but it's funny. I've ridden horses for 25 years, and I never got some tall boots. So maybe that's going to be on my wish list. What's the next one? What is your dream horse? Hold on, let me move this really quick. I need to wash all my pads too. It's like a total cleaning season right now. Wow, dream horse. Look, I got a pretty, like, Edward and Prince I'm very lucky to have them, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But like, if we're talking about like to pick any horse in the world that I could have, probably a Frisian. I mean, I think it's important, just like, all horses are beautiful, all horses are great, right? And I think having, a really well-trained horse that you can enjoy and go out and ride is amazing. But yeah, the Frisians are pretty cool. Like, I would be really, I mean, don't get me wrong, Prince is like a really dream horse for me, and so is Edward, like I said. But yeah, that would be a super, super, super cool experience. So you never know, maybe one day. I also really like those like single foot horses, the more like Tennessee Walker style. They're just so fun to ride. It would just be really cool to have one of those as you get older, just because they're not so bouncy. Next question. Oh, this is another juicy one. Do you want kids? Yes. Do I think I'm ready for them? No. But am I getting any younger? No. So I thought about, look, let's get juicy in this. I thought about maybe starting next year trying. But, things here in Israel are not the best conditions. So I think that might be put off. But again, I'm not going to quote myself on that. Anything can happen, and it would be such a blessing and cool experience to raise a kid, like, especially with my partner. So I don't know. I think that would be super duper cool. Oh, another juicy one. Do you want to get married? How do I say? Like, if Edan wanted to get married, that's one thing, but I don't really want to get married, and I don't think he does. I forgot to clean the stirrups. So I guess that's a no unless he wanted to. I just don't see the reason for it. I think a kid is a bigger commitment than marriage. So if I'm gonna have a kid with someone, that's like, just shows, I guess, obviously like I'm loyal or whatever, but I just think that that's something that is like such a big decision and not something that you just like take lightly. So again, if we're considering doing that, I think that's even, it's more than enough in marriage. Why and when did you move to Israel? I have like my questions here, obviously, if you guys haven't noticed, because because I'm filming on my phone, obviously. I'm gonna move this a little bit. Oh, why and when did you move to Israel? So yeah, that, like I said before, it was about, oh, I need to clean my English saddles too. It was about 6 years ago, and amazing decision. Like I said, a lot of dreams have come true. And why? I mean, we came to visit out here and I saw this like village lifestyle and like the farm life. And I grew up in the suburbs in San Diego, and like to go to the horse barn, I had to go like far away for it. So when I came here, I was just like, this is such a dream. Let's give it a go. And obviously I didn't think about like all the extra things that come along with it, but it was absolutely worth it, 100,000,000%. It's just so great to live here. Even though in the time right now with war, I think a few other things have popped up in my mind, but we'll keep it, you know, in the time being of how I feel. And yeah, we just, like I said, came here. I was like, this place is amazing. Let's move here. And we moved here 2 weeks later. I moved abroad. So living abroad has been super cool, but it's also come with a lot of different challenges and obstacles. But overall, I think it was, you know, where I need to be and where I'm supposed to be, because so many good things have happened. And the last question, since this video has already gotten super long, is how did you and Edan meet? So we met in Colorado. He came to work somewhere a week before me, and we worked together, and we just clicked. We became really good friends. We snowboarded together. He taught me how to snowboard. I usually ski, but he taught me how to snowboard, and, you know, eventually from here to there, he took me on our first date, which was, he took me to a shooting range, which I've never been to a shooting range. So it was so fun, so cool. We're literally best friends. So it's just been, you know, we're together. Ooh, that was a funny sound. We've been together, going to be 8 years in March next year in 2024. So it's just like, he is my life. He is everything. I'm just so grateful for him. He's helped me accomplish a lot of dreams and vice versa. So it's just been such a beautiful relationship that I hope everyone in the world gets a best friend like I have. So I love him very much. And yeah, so that's pretty much the Q&A today. Gotta go wash my hands, but everything is looking nice and shiny and beautiful for hopefully when we're gonna get back on the trail, because right now we're not riding because of the war in Israel and all the bombing. Don't want to put the horses in danger. So yeah, thanks so much for tuning in to today's Q&A. Of course, if there's a question that I didn't get to that you want to know, drop it in the comments. Of course, if you want to see another Q&A, maybe me doing something else while I'm answering questions, feel free to let me know. But yeah, I would love to answer more questions for you guys. Of course, like I said, we are always posting here at least 2 days a week. So again, if you are not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. It's absolutely free to do so. And if you're new here, welcome to the family. We would love to have you guys. A lot of you guys watch my videos and are not subscribed, so it would mean so much for me to do that. Also, give this video a big thumbs up and comment down below, like I said, what questions you want me to answer or what you guys want to see next. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody. bye.